What it do, Flight Crew? FTC. Flight team stand up! It's July. What a time to be alive. Why you lie? Cause it's July. Hey man, for y'all that's about to be out on 4th of July, be safe out there and responsible. With that being said, this needs to stop. From the man Jimmy Hiro, let's check it out! Jalen Brunson is best player. Bro, this is what's wrong with the NBA, bro. Nobody understands, so Lakers fans everywhere. Pairing Jason Tatum and Brown, Jalen won't work. I mean, that's kind of facts. Where's this going? In rank of odd strengths, Harden should be ranked next to Curry on the list. Bro, that was so... Whoever tweeted this, this was so BS. This literally this made me get a superpower to read perfectly for 30 seconds. Yo, you gotta chill. Oh, he's talking about the memes.
The good old hot take. The necessary evil of the sports world. Through the good ones, the bad ones, and the downright atrocious ones. We once again find ourselves racking our brains, trying to figure out how some people come up with this nonsense. But today, I've done the brain racking for you, and found some of the hottest NBA takes on the internet. So, buckle up. This may be a bumpy ride. This video is brought to you by Square. Now that the NBA season is over, I did my reluctant but mandatory scrub through NBA social media in search for a new batch of hot takes. And to no surprise, what I found was downright appalling. Now, I'm no expert or anything, and I've definitely had my fair share of bad takes. But some of y'all should seriously have your accounts deactivated for the absolute tomfoolery y'all are posting on these pages. And after sifting through hundreds of takes, here's some of the best and worst that I came across. With rumors of Kyrie Irving leaving the Brooklyn Nets floating around over the past week, this first take speaks volumes to how I think a lot of NBA fans are feeling at the moment. And it might just be one of the best hot takes I've seen in a while. This NBA fan says that super teams and super team-ups bore him now. And I'm right there with him. After the renaissance of successful homegrown teams in the NBA over the last couple years, I don't know if I can take any more breaking news of 2 or more superstars potentially teaming up.
Bro, why would Lillard troll like that?
And that's just the reports of these potential super teams. The actual team up of superstars are even more boring than the
man, this is just not even right, bro. I promise you, man, if Kyrie goes to the Lakers, man, and it's crazy because I'm waiting for something to because it's been boiling down. Over the last 24 to 48 hours, I'm waiting for a confirmation video to see where really Kyrie ends up, because apparently he's going to come back with the Nets, and then now it's the trade's going up, and then now with Kevin Durant, even up to this point, it's rumors that he's supposed to be going to the Warriors and stuff. I'm like, what?
Itself. I mean, just look at how the last few blockbuster team-ups have gone. Kyrie and Durant, absolute shambles. Add James Harden, even bigger bust. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I'm not even joking when I say this. Sometimes I actually forget they're even on the same team. 3 seasons in and nothing to show for it.
That's crazy.
Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook, first round exit. Joel Embiid and James Harden, too early to tell, but still bounced out of the second round. The last time a superstar team up worked was in 2020 when the Lakers won the championship. But ever since then, they've been a mess. Honestly, I hope the whole super team, superstar team-up thing is just a phase the NBA has been going through, and that it will end soon. It's played out, and it creates unnecessary hype around teams that, more often than not, accomplish virtually nothing. This is a really good take. This next take comes from a fan that seems to be fed up with the entire state of the NBA right now. This fan says that today's NBA has the weakest stars. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Ben Simmons, LeBron James. They also play in the weakest era. Now, in all honesty, this fan isn't completely wrong, but he's not completely right
now.
If we're referring to their skill sets and abilities, no, stop. Today's NBA is as loaded as it's ever been. Organizations used to build around tall wings with a tight handle and a 3-point shot in their bag. Now they're just a dime a dozen. 25 years ago, if you could find a 7-footer who can shoot from outside 20 feet and not dribble the ball off their feet, they were a unicorn. Now those attributes are pretty much a requirement for most big men. It's just the natural progression of the game. Players use the generation before them as the blueprints and they build off of it. The league is so loaded right now that you've got first ballot Hall of Famers like Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Chris Paul, and LeBron James receiving virtually no regular season MVP votes. Just to make an All-NBA team, you have to put up a damn near 20-point double-double. This past season, Pascal Siakam barely squeaked into All-NBA third team, and the man averaged 23, 8, and 5 a game. 23, 8, and 5, and the man almost didn't make the cut. The NBA is exploding with talent right now. And if you believe otherwise, I implore you to just go watch a game. But I do think that the other half of this take has some validity to it. Mentally, psychologically, yeah, it does seem like some of today's NBA players are mentally weaker than some NBA players from the past.
Wow.
Raging on social media, replying to tweets from fans, replying to tweets from members of the media, replying to tweets from other players, complaining about every other call, or no call for that matter. So, yeah, I don't want to overgeneralize, but it really does feel like the NBA has gotten softer or weaker in that department. But let's be honest, if Twitter existed in the 80s and 90s, you cannot convince me that guys like Shaq or Dennis Rodman or Gary Payton wouldn't clap back at fans.
Bro, thank you. They would have been doing it worse.
On Twitter the other day.
That doesn't
so
mean anything.
Isn't bad, but
it's crazy because I actually really like that they're actually engaging in like showing a human side instead of looking like some like a corporate robot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I honestly wish like in the early 2000s, well obviously social media wasn't where it was at today, but like waking up, you know what I'm saying, before school and seeing Iverson just like go off on like 5 people on like Twitter and stuff like that, bro. Like I really feel like that actually helped grows the NBA. I don't think that part necessarily is weak. I do think when it was talking about like certain stars being weak and overrated, well, you gotta take LeBron out of there. Like whatever we say about LeBron, he's definitely not overrated, and neither is Kevin Durant. I don't know. Maybe with Harden, Simmons, Ben is obvious. It's just he fits that. But Harden is questionable. It's really up to y'all. Personally, to me, I don't think so. But you gotta take KD and LeBron. You can't say they're weak. They can actually feel like they can survive in the era. But the point is that I really love the social media clapbacks, bro. Like it just makes things more exciting. Like players, bro. Dennis Rodman, bro. Do you know, bro? Players, Bill Laimbeer, bro, on the Pistons, bro. He would have been. Come on, man. Like, there's so many, like, trash talkers, bro. Like, who else? Like, Gary Payton, like, the actual Gary Payton, like, from the Sonics back in the day. They were saying that he was known as a trash talker, bro. I literally heard it in an interview. Like, he said it in an interview himself, actually. Scratch that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you really think he wouldn't have been saying that if Twitter and IG existed? Come on.
That's why I would say it's kind of refreshing to see Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He doing the thing, man. I mean, I was like skeptical because, you know, he couldn't make a jump shot free throw, but after what he did last year, he won me over. You know, I was, you know, because I know even like he wouldn't have been a force back in the days.
Would or would not?
He wouldn't have been a force. He wasn't be doing no Euro to the basket like he doing Euro step to the basket and just get layup. No, somebody gonna knock his head off.
Oh, yo, Oden went crazy. Yo, that's crazy. Look at him smiling. They know he would have laughed. Yo. Nah, man. Yo, okay, y'all know Charles Oakley's the Hall of Fame power forward center. But, bro, like, come on. Like, bro, I'm going to look up his height right now, yo. Like, fam. That man low-key tried him so bad, bro. You see he would have got his head knocked off, bro. I said Charles Oakley. I put in Barkley. Bro, how tall was he? He's 6'8", bro. Bro, Oakley. Bro, a Kunpo literally would have had you on skates, bro. He would have knocked you over, bro. And you talking like you was 7 foot. You know what I'm saying? The crazy thing is there wasn't a lot of players that was like a Kunpo's height and able to move that swift with the basketball. A Kunpo would have been like a smaller Wilt Chamberlain during that time. Come on, Oakley, man. You make a lot of the old heads, man, of the NBA look really bad with takes like that, dog. And a lot of people be like, bro, Flight, your take is terrible. No, this take is terrible. And it's disrespectful, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the way the NBA was back in the day, you can get away with a lot more stuff, like a lot more elbows, a lot more. You can hand check, you can grab on jerseys on a slick way, bro. Okonkwo would have been knocking people out. Bro, he would have had like 4 players a week out. You know what I'm saying? Coming with them elbows, bro.
He even come on the bench back in the days.
Yo, nah, all right, he's trolling. He say would have been coming off the bench back in this. Come on, man.
Two-time MVP coming off the bench, Giannis.
Nah,
Who's guarding Giannis during your time?
If he playing, I'm going to be a power forward, the next power forward. I mean, it didn't matter. But he wouldn't have been, 50 and can't make a free throw or jump shot. No, he'd be at the free throw line.
Why do we do this? What does Charles Oakley have to gain by taking a shot at Giannis?
Bro.
Coming off the bench?
Come
I've
on.
said it once, I've said it a million times. All-time great players would be great in any era. They would adjust their game accordingly.
Exactly.
That's what makes them great. This would be the equivalent of saying Shaq wouldn't be dominant in today's NBA because he doesn't have an outside shot. It's just ridiculous. Do you really think you're stopping this, Charles? Or this? Or this? Awesome. You know how to clothesline a guy and put him on his back. Congrats. Now Giannis knows this is coming, and next time he comes down the court, he's going to Euro step past you and punch one in on your head. Or better yet, he'll just go right into your chest full speed and get the call every single time. Physical defense does not automatically mean good defense. In fact, a lot of the times, it means the exact opposite. When you can't guard a guy, you end up just hacking him. And aside from the all-time great bigs we all know from Oakley's era, who exactly were these amazing bruisers that Giannis would be coming off the bench behind? Charles Oakley's best season in the NBA was in
Let me see his stats. Bro, this dude's highest points per game was 14, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. You talking like you... Bro, I'm putting that up in the first half. Bro, and in today's league, he would be fighting to be the water boy, bro.
94. He was
Fam,
an all-star
you just
in
lost
that
all
year.
credibility,
the starting
Charles
power
Oakley,
forwards
man.
across the league
Yo.
look like this. Giannis is not only arguably bigger than every single starting power forward back then.
So this is the power forwards in 94. And apparently his prime that he was playing in. The tallest one, Kevin Willis. See, he wasn't even physical. Mills, Thorpe, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these, the only power forwards and centers that were physical was Malone, Weber, Sean Kemp, Rodman, Barkley, Larry Johnson. That's honestly it. Like everybody else, Ocampo's putting up 40+ points on them, man. Like I'm bodying them in the paint. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10.
The vast majority of these guys were just role players. Look at the Bucks starting power forward in 1994. Frank Brickowski. You're gonna tell me with a straight face that Giannis is coming off the bench for Frank Brickowski? Stop it. In terms of the closest thing to
he went
Oakley's
off on
era was probably David Robinson.
Oh, and then David
In the
Robinson,
22
I don't know
games
if he was
Oakley
on the list.
Robinson faced off
But that's
over
a
the course
dub.
of
Come on
13
now.
seasons.
don't
Robinson
think he was on
averaged
that. I think he's a
22,
center.
10, and 3 a game to Oakley's 10 and 9.
In
Were
Mauro.
there a lot of dominant big men in the 90s? Yeah, of course. Would Giannis have been one of those dominant big men? Yeah, of course. And to round out this episode of Hot Takes, this next one is a scorcher. After going back and retroactively looking at the 7-game series of the 2016 NBA Finals, this NBA page begs the question, were the 2016 Finals really all that exciting? Or was it a snooze fest up until Game 7?
Stop it. Get some help.
I assume most people watching this video right now were fans of the NBA in 2016, which means I could probably assume most of you watched this series in real time. And if you did, you know how exciting this final series was from start to finish. Sure, by just looking at this series through the narrow lens of just the final score, it looks like it wasn't all that exciting. In 6 of the 7 games, the winning team won by double digits. 2 of the 7 games ended in a blowout of 30 points or more. But are we already so removed from the series that we can't simply recall how incredible it was? It's not like we're talking about the epic Celtics comeback over the Lakers in the damn 1962 NBA Finals. This was 6 years ago. In Game 1, the Warriors won by a decisive 15 points. But going into the 4th quarter, this was a 6-point game. Games 2 and 3 were complete blowouts, but the fact that 2 teams could walk each other by 30 points in back-to-back games in the finals was a compelling subplot in itself. Once the Cavs won Game 3, it really brought life back into the series. Game 4 had 2 lead changes in the 4th quarter. It wasn't until about 4 minutes left in the 4th that the Warriors broke away from the Cavs. Game 5, by itself, had enough excitement to make this entire series a certified hardwood classic. Kyrie and LeBron both going for 41 points. Klay and Steph combining for 61. 6 minutes, 39 seconds left in the fourth. And this was a 2-possession game.
Wow.
This doesn't look like a snooze fest to me. And from this point on,
well, the
just
Cavs
the
got
idea
lucky.
of a team coming back from a 3-1 deficit in the finals set the NBA world on fire. It is insane to even think they pulled this off even 6 years after the fact. And it was even more insane in the moment. This take might just go down in the Bad Take Hall of Fame. But unfortunately, that's all the racking my brain can handle in one sitting. Make sure to leave your NBA hot takes in the comments below. Of course, the hotter, the better. Hope you all enjoy. And as always, until next time.
As usual, man. Comment down below that stress and man.